feeling it? Are you feeling that need for a little bit of direction, a little bit of support, a little bit of, having a bit of a cheerleader on the sidelines, just watching your next move? Because Spirit's here to do exactly that for you today. And I feel like the collective's at a bit of a crossroad at the moment. There's a couple of different timelines that are existent, and it depends on you which timeline you want to jump on. Me personally, it's a timeline of love and creation. But sometimes it's hard. Sometimes we can feel disconnected. Sometimes we can feel disorientated. I know that time to me at the moment is quite surreal. I'm losing track of days. I don't know if it's morning or nighttime sometimes. And I feel like there's a lot of energy that is being thrown at the earth through solar flares, through ascension, through upgrades, all this stuff. And we're just these mere humans trying to do our best. Well, guess what? Would you know that we're actually spiritual beings having a human existence? We're not humans having a spiritual existence. So when we realize that that's who we actually are, all of us, we can then start gliding, and then we can start getting into a bit of a flow. So I know as a collective, currently we all need a little bit of support and guidance as to see what is next. What's the next step that you need to do to be on track with whatever's going on in your world so that you can be your happiest, best self? So remember, this is a general reading. Take what resonates, but don't forget to stay to the end to have an opportunity to win a one-on-one reading with myself. Let's get to it, guys. Let's see what's going on. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and all those YouTube algorithm things. Let's go. All right, number one, I'm sitting here in my studio with my door wide open, listening to the sounds of nature. So if you can hear the birds in the background, if you can hear my dog running around in the backyard, if you can hear these things, then they're meant for you. Because in this reading, as soon as I tuned into this energy, I feel this innate need to connect with nature. So let's have a look at some cards and see what's going on for you at the moment. Some of you would be having okay, that's so funny. I'm getting all these birds just coming at me here. I feel as though some of you have got a connection with birds. Some of you would be having birds actually tapping on your window currently, like really random things happening with birds. Feathers being found in ridiculous places, just dropping on your head as you're walking and not a bird in sight. But I also know a small portion of you are absolutely scared, like petrified of birds. So that's why I laughed, because I'm like, I'm getting all this love, and all of a sudden there's this part here going, no, stay away. So it is completely fine, but know that the birds are here to guide you and support you. So it's almost like I want to follow the birds, whatever that means. So hold on to that. Again, you know these readings are general, so take what resonates, but I know feathers and birds are very prominent in your reading today. All right. So let's tune in. So I know that the nature's very important to you. I know that summer. I've got a beautiful friend with a beautiful daughter called Summer, and I just saw her face, and I know it's her name, Summer, and the youthfulness, the inner child, it all just dropped in for me then. So I know that the sunshine is very important for you, and if you're not, if you're in, where I am in Melbourne right now, it's friggin' freezing. But if you've got sun, follow the sun. the vitamin D, up your vitamin Ds. If you're coming into the cooler months, you want to double your dose for a while, because this is really important for you to stay on track mentally, because you don't want to get sad through the colder months. And the sun is actually feeding your soul at the moment. Take note of the solar flares that are happening too, and how they're affecting you, because I know you're being affected by them, but I don't know a lot of you know this. So I don't know, you can do some Googling about when the flares are actually hitting the earth, like the energy, but you're being sort of swayed a little bit. But when you harness that energy, when you realize what's going on, you could actually use it to power you up. So you're at a point right now where you're literally getting powered up. I'm also seeing, what's that little, the kids always talk about it. You know that little fella, that blue little creature, and he runs real fast? Drop it in the comments, please, guys. I'm getting blank right here. But he is running on the spot, and that's the visual I'm getting. He's running on the spot, and then he takes off. And at the moment, it feels like you're building momentum. You're about to just take off. So I don't feel like you've been going very fast, but I certainly know that you've been doing a lot of work. A lot of work. So let's get some cards. Let's get some cards for you. Did I drop one? Hang on. Okay, so let's get some cards for you, darlings. All right. Just don't miss out on those clues, because nature will be dropping clues, dropping crumbs almost for you to respond to, so you don't have to work too hard for this mood, by the way. Purification. This would be with your thoughts mainly, okay? I know this because straight away in the energy that I was in before, I had so much going on in my head that I couldn't budge. Like, it was all like, yeah, I've done all the research, I've got everything done, and now all I need to do now is the action part. But I feel as though you could write down exactly what your outcome feels like, what it looks like, and really nut it out, because that would be your order. That will be your intention to the universe. And in that, it will help you just relax, because what I really need in this energy is to chill out. What I need really in this energy is to trust. Because I've been in fight and flight, I've been in fear, and I've been in like, it's all too much. Like, I just need to hide away, shut the door, just leave me alone. But I don't want to do that, because I've done enough of it in this energy. So it's like the purification is, maybe having some green tea, taking time to sit on the grass with bare feet, take a moment to hug a tree. Like, the nature is really calling you to bring you back into your body, because you're going to realize what needs to be done, because you're going to have things that fall in place now. You don't have to chase anymore. You don't have to be running on the spot anymore. You don't have to be exhausted anymore, because once you put your clear intention out there, there's nothing else for you to do. You trust. Simple. And in that, you might want to do a little bit of meditation. You might want to bring spirit close. And when I say bring spirit close, it's literally intention. You close your eyes down, you ask spirit to come close. Who has got a sore tummy? Oh my gosh, I just got the biggest pain in my gut. And I feel as though the thought of you doing nothing right now makes you feel physically unwell. But the thing is, this is your message. You've gone for number one. And it's like, you're ready. You've got all your ducks in a row. You're ready to go. But it's more like you respond rather than react right now. And that's actually unsettling in your gut. But that's okay. That's okay, because that's what Spirit's giving us. It's all right, darlings. Oh, yeah, this is a big one, isn't it? This is a big one. All right, next card. Follow your heart. When we follow our heart, it's like, does that bring me closer to love? Yes, then do it. If it doesn't, then you just don't do it. And when you're following your heart, you don't have to think. When you're following your heart, you don't have to get those upset tummies, because you know that it's for your highest good. Your heart will never let you down. Your heart is your center. Okay? Your heart is the place that connects all your spiritual with your physical. It is the main cog in the wheel. Now, if you have a look at this beautiful card, the light radiating from your heart is spectacular. You see the birds, you see the feathers, you see the nature, you see the animals. And then you also see St. Francis in this card looking upward. Because when you come from a place of love, the only way is to look up. You're not going to look down. And when we look down, we can literally go internal. We can feel like we're not enough. We can feel all those things. But when we're looking up and ahead, we know we feel supported. We actually, our body, our physiology stands us upright. And that's a place of real success. So when you step forward, your next move is to follow the clues that nature's giving you. Call spirit close and 1 foot in front of the other. There is a big move, I know that. But you've done all the hard yards, believe it or not, okay? And fertility. So you're right at the start of this next move. You're literally at the start. And it doesn't even feel like you've tried it before. So it feels as though, sometimes you sort of like, for instance, when someone tries to quit smoking, they quit for a month, then they get back on it for a year, then they quit for 2 months and they get back on it for a year, and then they quit for 6 months. And the thing is, the more they try, the better they get at it. And eventually they will quit. But with this energy going into your next move, it's not something that you've done before and critiqued. It's actually fresh. It's new, and you're right at the start of it. Now you can see this gentleman's got one of those little, I don't even know what they're called, this instrument, and it's just really a little bit of wood, right? So it starts with just a little bit at a time makes the most magical music. A little bit at a time makes the most magical music. It's not all in here. It's a little bit at a time. You're at the base. You're at the start. Some of you may very well be pregnant. Some of you may very well be, it doesn't necessarily have to be your first pregnancy, but it's a very different one too. But when you connect with nature, when you allow spirit in, you're going to feel so much better. You put a lot of pressure on yourself in this reading, a lot of pressure. I want you to calm your thoughts down. I want you to focus on the outcome, and I want you to trust that spirit's got you, because that's your message. That is, you're actually better than you think. You are here. I feel like I want to just get one more card to tie this up with the other deck. Your next step is to trust. Your next step is to connect with nature. And your next step is to know that you've already done the hard work and respond. Don't react. And your last card here is Athena. It says, it is safe for you to be powerful. You know how to be powerful in a loving way that benefits others as well as yourself. Follow your heart. This is just confirmation. This is beautiful. Just follow your heart. You don't have to do anything abruptly, or you don't have to be in a hurry here. You don't have to hurt people along the way. You don't have to do all those things, because that's what's holding you back, just the thought of upsetting anyone. But when you follow your heart, it's the highest good of everyone. That's your intention. One step in front of the other. You've got this. And that, my darling, is your reading for number 1. And don't forget to listen to the end so you can have an opportunity to win a one-on-one reading with me. Well, number 2, aren't you a mystery, eh? It feels as though in this energy, your next move's a big secret. You are, I don't even know if I'll actually get what you're about to do, but I don't actually want to look for it. I want to look around it because it feels as though whether or not you know what your next move is, it's making me feel like I'm out in the cold. It feels like it's something that either is top secret, you're not even aware of it yet, or it's just not something that you want to discuss. So your next move is making me feel curious to say the least. And I do also want to throw in there that Spirit's watching you, and Spirit's very much aware of how you're feeling about this. And a small percentage of you just need to know that, you know what, you're okay. You're okay. It's actually not going to get worse, okay? You need to know that this is not actually going to get worse. It's actually picking up from here. You've been... It's like you've kept people in the dark, or you've kept yourself in the dark. But Spirit's here to lighten up your day. So thank God for that, because you're ready to make a bold move. You don't want just small little increments. You want to step out of your comfort zone. You want to, jump out of a plane. You want to go the other side of the world for a trip. You want to do something that's really extreme, because you want to feel again. I can feel that you want to feel again, because you've switched off your emotions for a while. Some of you are quite robotic. Others of you are just numb. And remember, this is a general reading, so take what resonates. But it's time that you want to feel. You want to have adventure. You want to have that passion again. And Spirit's here to say, we got you. And you know what? You're okay. It's getting lighter. So let's get some cards and get a bit more information here. This one's a little bit exciting. Trust. Of course you've got to trust, because for some of you, it's been quite dark. For some of you, it's been like it can't get any worse. Some of you have had a great loss. Some of you have had quite a bit of trauma that's resurfaced. And some of you have been quite negative in your mindset. And I know that because I can feel that in this energy. And, we're all human, and we all have our moments. And a lot of us have these times without telling others. So I know if you went for this card in particular, this image in particular, that you've been struggling a little bit with your negative self-talk, not really seeing the positive side to life, that type of thing. But you know what? This big cloud, some of you may have been a little bit depressed. There could be a little bit of PTSD here for some of you as well. But you know what? It's lifting. This cloud has been like this heavy cloud. It's gone to about here. And I can see it just slowly lifting. Oh, and it's such a relief. It's so beautiful, because you've made a decision. Your next move is to talk about where you've been. And it's not to talk about where you've been like to relive any trauma or anything like that. It's almost like a survivor story. So some of you, I wouldn't be surprised if you're writing biography, if you're creating a podcast, if you're doing something like that. I feel like there is definitely a story to be told with the experiences that you've had. Now, I know as a practitioner that we light workers tend to be the ones that have been through a lot. And I'm not comparing notes, but I know that if you're listening to this, you resonate with what I'm saying, because you too are a light worker. And there's no way knowing you've been through everything you've been through just to see how strong you are. Because what you can do now with that is to help people that are going through it, or help them prevent themselves from going through it. You can see red flags. You can see through people like there's no tomorrow. And that's what I share with a lot of my clients, because I really attract the same type of light workers as me. So I know you listening to this have got the same frequency as me. And our job as light workers, as empaths, as healers, as carers, all those things, it's because we can vibe with our vibration to one another. And that's why it's hard for you to be around particular people. That's why sometimes you actually can't be around people at all. And that's why animals are easier to deal with, because they know your vibration. They know when you need love. They know when you need space. And the thing is with you is trust needs to really come in to play for you, because you've been in the depths of the darkness for a while, and you're now starting to get your breath back as that cloud lifts from your head. So it's time that you share what you've been through. It might be with a friend, it might be with family, it might be with a partner, it might be just you want to write it down and tell spirit. You might want to say it out loud. You might want to say it to yourself in the mirror. But admit the truth to yourself so you can release it and not bring it with you. And when I say not bring it with you, we always bring it with us, but we don't have to bring it with us as if it's something that belongs there. We've been through it. It's given us our skill set. It doesn't have to be something we nurture, okay? All right, let's get another card for you. Yoga is very important for your mental health as well. And if it's not yoga, it can be breath work. It can be just slowing down, feeling into your body. You always know I speak about Dr. Joe Dispenza's meditations. Next level. There's some meditations where he just tells us to feel our body. And, I lay there and I do these meditations and I'm like, literally, okay, yeah, I can feel my body. And then all of a sudden you feel it deeper and then feel it deeper and you feel your little pinky toe, you feel your kneecap, all these things which you ignore through the day thinking this vehicle is just, rubbish, but it's not. It is absolutely phenomenal to your existence, and you really need to come back to body. Come back to body. That's what Spirit's really sharing with you, because that's really going to help you bring your story outward. Okay, so you're going from internal to external. That's what you're doing right now. Okay, and your next card is find your blessing in your current situation. So don't wait till you lose weight. Don't wait till you do the detox. Don't wait till you get rich. Don't wait till you get famous, all these things. It's now. Because when you find the gratitude in everything that you have right here, right now, that's where you will attract more things to be grateful for. So it's like if you've got a house that's falling down around you and you're going, I just need to get out of this place. Well, that's not gratitude. And it's going to be very hard for you to manifest a bigger and better house. You may very well get another house, but it might be just the same or even worse. So it's got to be, thank you for these four walls around me. Thank you for the shelter over my head. I'm very grateful for what I've got now. And maybe a bit of redecorating and make it homely and really love where you are, because that's when you're going to make room for more things to love. And you will find the house you actually really want much quicker. Much quicker. And that's just an example, but you can do that with a partner. You can do that with a relationship. You can do that with a job. You can do that with just feeling vibrant again. Because you, my darlings, having this massive rebirth, this massive ascension, and it's been messy for a while, but the light is shining, and that light, my darling, is you. Oh, this card just jumped out. What is it? Same card as number one. And this is your final message. And it says, it is safe for you to be powerful. You know how to be powerful in a loving way that benefits others as well as yourself. Keep being you. You're magical. Don't try to be someone else. And if somebody, the company you keep isn't vibing with you, think about it. Because our vibe really attracts our tribe. So if people are low vibing around us, maybe we're the ones that are attracting that. So we need to lift our vibe, and the low vibing people around us will either match us or drop away. That is a scary place to be, but changes are really imminent for you now, but you're in the right mindset. Keep up the self-love, keep up the breath, keep up the yoga, keep up that type of stuff, because you, my darling, will trust. You find the blessings in your current situation, and this is where the real magic happens. And that, my darling, is your reading for number 2. Don't forget to stay to the end so you get an opportunity to win a 1-on-1 reading with me. All right, number 3. Let me just get into your energy here, because I feel like you've got your shit together. That's for sure. I feel like I'm quite organized and quite confident in this energy. Now, if you don't feel like this yet, you're about to. because this energy is really making me feel like I'm very sorted. I know who I am, and I can speak confidently about where I want to go. I know where I want to be. I know that there was quite a few shifts for you to get here. I know that you've put your, yeah, right, okay. General reading, guys, take what resonates, but here I go. I feel like you've almost put your life on the line to get here at times. And now that you're here, you're not going to back down for anyone. And that is a very cool place to be. Now, just know that you're allowed to go with the flow a little bit. You're allowed to let go of the reins. You're allowed to give yourself a break, and you're allowed to slow it down a little, because if you set your goals too high, you don't want to feel as though you're failing, because you, my darling, are nowhere near failing on this path of yours. You're absolutely exactly where you need to be. Give yourself some downtime and then go again. Give yourself some downtime, because it's a lot of balance. There's a balancing act here, because I feel like you're everything to everyone currently. And, you know, you could maintain this if you wanted, but it's not necessary, because you really need to live life as well. All right? Let life happen. Feel into it. Let yourself just sit and watch a movie. I don't feel like a lot of you watch TV much, but you don't have to. It could be just a funny movie. It could be that you go out to the movies and share the moments. The moments have to come back to you. The moments have to come back to you, because you are very clear with where you're going. Let's see what you need to do. All right. Detach from drama. Now, I feel like you've done this already. I don't feel like drama finds you very easily anymore. I know it did once upon a time, but you're very much got your guard up. And not as in you can't come near me. It's more like I see you, I hear you, and that's your circus, and I'm not one of your clowns. So you're very much, I wouldn't be surprised if some of you are in charge of a project, if some of you are leading a circle, or you care for children. Like there's such, like I want to put you on a pedestal, to be honest. You don't tend to like that, but you know that's where you belong. So you're more about leading rather than telling people what to do. I feel very powerful in this energy, and I feel very certain. But let yourself go with the flow. Take away the pressures a bit more, because with pressure, drama can follow, and drama is not something that you want to do on your agenda anymore. So really just pull back a little bit. I want to sort of just loosen the reins a little bit. I don't want to go too hard, too fast here with you. All right, so let yourself just go and have a long shower. Let yourself go for a walk in the forest. Let yourself take a day off, God forbid. All right, the next card for you, simply yes. Yes. So interestingly, I feel some of you come and receive your readings, you resonate with them, and then you continue on and forget all about them. The last point I made about it's okay to take some time out, I just simply get yes. So I know I want to come back to that to reiterate, because this card's all in gold. It's beautiful. And it's saying yes. The answer is yes. You're allowed to replenish. You're allowed to fill your cup back up. You're allowed to ask someone to take you out to dinner, for a drink, to listen to some music. You're allowed to bring in the balance back, okay? You're allowed to giggle. You're allowed to do all these things. Your inner child is screaming out for a little bit of love and playtime. And you're allowed. You're just simply allowed. That's your next step, to have a little bit of play, okay? And your next card is drink more water. So really honor your body. Okay, it's the hydration, but it's not only drinking water, it's being around water, soaking in the bath, maybe going to a hot springs, having a foot soak, being near water, reading a book near a river flowing. Like there's so many things. Water's really, even the ocean, it's just got this vibration that's going to help you realize that, you know, you don't have to be on the whole time. You don't have to be in charge of every scenario. You don't have to be saving everybody's lives all day. You can switch it on and off. because you're very good with your boundaries around the drama, but how about some boundaries around your time and where you spend it? Okay? Water's calling you. Very much so. It's going to give you the balance. It's going to give you the hydration. It's going to give you the self-love that you desperately, desperately need. All right? But where you're going next, you can go wherever you friggin' like. You literally, if you have your sight set on something, you can bring it in. You can call it in very quickly. The way you manifest is next level. So be careful what you wish for, because you can call it in like that. Yeah. So I feel like a holiday is very much should be on your agenda over the next month or two at least. And I mean, like, you know, take a full week at least. And to me, that sounds like, yeah, a week, whatever. But to you, it feels as though a week, I could take a day. But yeah, I feel like, and sometimes it's 10 days. Like sometimes a week, you know, it might be a week away, but then 3 days at home before you get back into everything, because sometimes a holiday from a holiday is what we actually need. And a lot of people go on holiday and don't feel 100% because they stop. And you're so, like, the energy I feel here is go, go, go. Now, your car that I just got out to tie this reading up flew away, so I need to go and grab it. It happens too often, right? And it's a victory card. Of course it is. Your desire is coming to fruition. Keep up the good work. And you've got the horse. Well, they're unicorns, but, you know, they're very much, you know, they see where they're going. They've got the blinkers on and they just keep charging forward. Now, let yourself know there's water in this card as well. There's fun, there's joy, there's playful. I feel like some of you might be having a family reunion or time for you to get together, a school reunion, that type of thing. I feel like there's a reunion of some sort. You want to bring people together to remember how far you've come, because there's small celebrations that you're not letting yourself do because you're always charging forward. But just stop and celebrate and just celebrate the small successes along the way. And that is your reading, beautiful. You're allowed to enjoy your hard work, because you are one freaking hard worker, aren't you? Hey? Yeah. And that, my darling, is your reading for number 3. Now, don't forget to stay to the end, which is the end. What am I talking about? It is the end. So let's give you an opportunity to win a one-on-one reading with me. Now, this week, what are we going to... I make this stuff up as I go, can you tell? All right, your next step. I would love to know what it is that you're calling in. What is it that you're calling in right now? So you've got your messages from Spirit about your next step to go, where to go, what to do, and what is it that you're actually calling in. And if you don't know what it is, sit and feel it. And when you're ready and you know what it is and it feels amazing, pop it in the comments and share it. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, because the more people that see these messages from me, from Spirit, the better, because, you know, I love bringing messages from Spirit. Thank you so much for tuning in, beautiful people. See you again next week. And don't forget to check out the description below with all my events coming up. Mwah. And if you want a one-on-one reading, you can look at my booking link as well, because I can do that on Zoom and in person. Take care, beautifuls. Thank you so much for tuning in. Love to see you again. Be kind to others, but especially be kind to yourself, because there's only one of you. Peace out.